energy of fire, and around the fire his prehensile hands developed a privileged brain capable of inventing the claws of the bear he did not have. But speech was the real motor of change. Through language, inventions were passed on from generation to generation, making it possible for humans to colonize the earth as they were able to obtain energy from other living beings, wherever they were. Just as these Australian Aborigines still do in the 21st century, human beings replaced biological evolution with cultural evolution, transforming the accumulation of traditions into the most successful of all adaptive mechanisms. The final aim of all this is precisely the same need that spurs the bears on to catch the salmon, to obtain energy in an efficient manner. The hunter, having first removed the poisonous sting, proceeds to kill the prey. And killing is inevitable in the transfer of energy from one being to another. But the success of mankind as a thinking predator began in relatively recent times. Long before us, other animals honed their hunting techniques, aided by natural selection, a slow but surprisingly efficient process. On the Galapagos Islands lives a bird that is a good example of natural selection, in this case to catch fish, the brown pelican. Here, the Pacific Ocean brings fish to this young volcanic coast over 600 miles from the American continent. The method would appear to be simple. But it's a method not all predators can use. First, you have to know how to fly. A bird like this, also equipped with its very own fishing net, can permit itself the luxury of choosing a particular fish. Since the reptiles ruled over the earth, birds have without a doubt achieved the most spectacular anatomical adaptations when it comes to fishing, not only here in Galapagos, but throughout the planet. Here on the plains of Venezuela, for example, over 20 species of birds fish in the same place, and they are all visibly different. It would seem impossible for any fish to survive such a constant onslaught, but they do, and there is food enough for everyone. The secret consists of using different methods. Some gather together and beat the water with their open beaks, using their sense of touch. Others work alone. They remain very still, waiting for a fish to move, and then harpoon it, if they're lucky. The final result is always the same, though there are some that use surprising techniques. The cicabill cuts the surface of the water with its lower jaw, which, unlike most birds, is longer. It has to avoid the obstacles and the alligators, but the system works.